What's up, Fearless fam? It's Pastor Josh. Listen, thank you for joining us for our first ever Leadership Lean In. If you're watching this, it was probably sent in a group chat or maybe someone texted it to you individually. You're one of a couple people. You're either a student leader who's on our leadership team, you're either a leader on the worship team, or you are a Dream Team young adult member or a Dream Team adult member, and you volunteer your time and your energy to help Fearless Youth happen. Or you could also just be someone who serves on one of our youth teams, maybe drama, maybe worship, maybe photography, media, greeting, games, creative, whatever. And to you, my message is very simple. I really just want to say thank you, even before we jump into this thing. Thank you for everything that you do. If you volunteer or serve in any sort of capacity, you are a leader. Jesus says the greatest among you will be your servant. So you taking that next step to serve and get plugged in and help make everything happen at church, that makes you a leader in my eyes, and according to God, it makes you a leader in his eyes. So thank you for everything you do. I love you guys. I appreciate you dearly. I want to do these leadership lean-ins once a month, just a quick short video of a little leadership nugget or leadership advice and tip that we could grow from. And I think it's important as Christians that we're always challenging ourselves to go deeper, to be better, and to unlock a little bit more of our potential and what we're capable of. And I think if we want to be the ministry that God has called us to be for teenagers and for students all across West Palm Beach, it's going to take us going that extra step and always growing and becoming better leaders and better Christians. So this is the Leadership Lean In. It's going to be once a month. And I want to give you the nugget for today, or the tip or the piece of advice for today. And it's this: go the extra mile. Go the extra mile. I know you've probably heard a coach say it. Maybe you've seen a poster with it trying to motivate or inspire. Go the extra mile. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 41, Jesus said, if someone compels you to go 1 mile, go 2 miles. This is Jesus. I'm going to say it again. If someone compels you to go 1 mile, go 2 miles. And what I love about that is it nails home this idea and this principle that we've all been taught of go the extra mile. If we're not careful, we have to battle the temptation with any sort of routine and schedule in our life. We have to battle the temptation to make sure that we don't fall into just going through the motions. Like, oh, I'm here every week. I'm just going to clock in and clock out. I'm here. I just got to be here for an hour and then I could go home and get back to life. We have to battle that temptation and we have to stand strong against it, because it's easy to do the bare minimum. I'm going to say that again. It's easy to do the bare minimum. It's easy to do the bare minimum of what you're asked. It's easy to just get by. It's easy to do the smallest requirement of what you're asked to. What's difficult and what's more challenging and what's going to require you to stretch and require you to grow is to go that extra mile. I want to encourage you guys, when you're serving, whether you're on a team, when you're doing a role as if you're lit team, when you're leading a worship song, if you're on the worship team, whatever, no matter what you do, I want you to think about in this next moment, take some time after the video. I want you to think about how you can go the extra mile on your team. I want you to think about how you could go the extra mile in your faith. And I want you to think about how you can go the extra mile just in your youth group in general. What is it that you could do? Maybe it's getting out of your comfort zone and talking to that visitor that you've never met before. I get it's awkward, but they're nervous. They've never been here before. They want somebody to sit next to them. They want somebody to make them feel welcome, loved, appreciated, and like they belong, but they need somebody to take that risk and take that extra step. And maybe for you, going the extra mile is doing that. Maybe it's getting away from, your group of friends and going and sitting next to someone you may not know that well and getting to know them and getting to build relationship. Maybe for you, going the extra mile is texting your team more, your team of volunteers, and just checking up on them. Maybe for you, going the extra mile is getting in your Bible more. Maybe for you, going the extra mile is making more time to pray or making more time to share your faith. And I want to be the person to challenge you to say there is more distance for us to run and for us to walk. And I want to say with you, let's not just go the mile, let's go the extra mile. Let's not do the bare minimum. It's so easy to do that. What I want you to do is challenge yourself and inspire and motivate yourself so that we can create a culture in this room, in this ministry, of a group of people who are not okay with the status quo, who are not okay with just doing whatever it takes to get by, but want to be extra and want to own it and want to go the extra mile. I believe if we will adopt and believe this principle, we can see God do an incredible thing in this youth group. Why? Because then every team is always coming in on a Sunday saying, what can we do to go the extra mile? Greeters, what can we do to go to the extra mile and greet? Photographers, what can we do to go the extra mile and get dope pictures? Worship team, what can I do to go the extra mile and help the worship set be amazing today? Games, what can I do to go the extra mile and think of an incredible game? Media team, what can I do to go to the extra mile and make sure that everything on the screens and all the lights and everything is working properly? Drama team, what can I do to go the extra mile to make sure that I put myself into this role that I'm acting out? If we will come into church off this extra mile idea, then our groups, our departments, our teams, and everything will go to the next level. Why? Because you're leading and going the extra, and then everybody else has to follow. So I want to encourage you, go the extra mile. Think about where you could do more, how you could be greater, how you could stretch yourself. And I think God's really going to bless the work of our hands as we do this. We've seen God do amazing things this summer, and it's only going to get better, but it's going to require us to go the extra mile. So I want you to own it. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for your sacrifice, your dedication. Teamwork makes the dream work. I love you guys. This is your July Leadership Lean In. We'll be back in August. In the description of this YouTube video, there'll be a link that I want you to click. Click that, fill in the information just so we can monitor and make sure that everybody we sent this to watched it, heard it, and can hopefully put this into practice. I love you guys. I appreciate you. As always, stay fearless. God bless you guys.